What's up, y'all? Daryl D. Reporting live from Rocksteady Park, Upper West Side of Manhattan. And I'm going to show you a vinyl haul. Did a little record shopping, just a little bit. And I'm going to show you guys what I picked up. I didn't go crazy or anything like that. I just I hit a couple spots that I normally always hit whenever I'm in a city, and you know, the usual places. And I'm gonna just show y'all what I picked up. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy, but a few cool items nonetheless. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what I picked up. Alright, so you can see this bag. This is Rock and Soul. That's one of the main places I hit whenever I'm in a city. And man, Rock and Soul is just getting more and more expensive. And they don't have like real super cool stuff like they used to have in the past. Like they used to carry a lot more like just really cool records, 45s, things of that nature. Now don't get me wrong, if you need anything DJ related, that's your headquarters for New York. But as far as prices, I used to find really cool stuff that I just don't see too much anymore. So, but I'm gonna show you what I got, because I hit 3 stores. I hit Rock and Soul, I hit Academy, and I hit A1. And hey, let's see what I got. I gotta find, where's my, since I mentioned Rock and Soul first, I'm gonna show you what I got from there. Where did I put those records? Bear with me. I think they're in here. Okay. I picked up a few 45s from Rock and Soul. Yes, here they are. Okay, so the first one I want to show you is this reissue 45. It's never been on 45. This has been out for some years now. Magnum Evolution 45. Super heavy funk, super heavy drums. Paid $11 for this. I'm almost positive I have this already. And I think I bought this, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I have this already. I have a really bad habit, because I don't DJ as much as I used to, and I got so much other stuff going on. I have a bad habit of buying 45s, especially from New York. And I take them home, I set them down, and I don't touch them. I've got 45s that I bought last year that I haven't touched. I bought 45s from New York that I bought 2 years ago, I haven't touched. 3 years ago, I haven't touched. They're just sitting there. And I think that's the case with this too. I think there's another one just sitting there. So I don't know, I have a bad habit of that. It's really bad. The next one I want to show you, I don't know how to pronounce this. Lakota by the El Combo Batanga. Am I saying that right? I think this was a really cool up-tempo Spanish joint, if I remember correctly, because I did listen to them, to all of these while I was there. But this is really super cool. I absolutely love any kind of Spanish funk, nice up-tempo dance, funky type, anything with Spanish lyrics or Spanish feel to it or anything like that. I live in Phoenix, and there's lots of, you know, Chicanos and Latinos, and nothing gets the dance floor going better, in my opinion, than when you can mix some type of Spanish music / language and kind of fuse that with like funk, disco, stuff like that. I mean, they love it there. And here's another one. This is from Galaxy Sounds, familiar label. They do a lot of re-edits. This is Mechanical and Vallarta. I don't know. Let's look at it. I forgot how this sounded, but oh, I think this is like a sample. I can't think of the sample of the song. A soul song. It's the sample. It's a re-edit, and then it's. I think it's yeah, what the song that Method Man used for Bring the Pain. Whatever that is. That's what that is. The edit. I paid $12 for that. And where did this come? Okay, that came from somewhere. Okay, so that's really it. That's all that I got from Rock and Soul. That's it. There was I almost picked up the new Jill Scott album that they had in there, but then I thought, nah. I try not to buy certain records when I'm out of town that I can buy in town, you know, or that I know is readily available and it's not going anywhere. It wasn't like it was any special type of release or limited or rare or anything like that. It was just her new album was out. So I almost picked that up. I know they wanted, what, $36 for it? $36, $37, and who knows, maybe I can get it for cheaper than that. We'll just have to see. All right, what's up next? That is, we're gonna go to Academy on 12th Street, Manhattan, the Manhattan location of Academy Records. Now, I grabbed some really interesting stuff out of there that I'm gonna be showing you. Seems like all of these records are kind of mixed up. Okay, thought I had more. This video's not gonna be very long. Okay, so what did I get from Academy? I pulled out some dollar records and some cheaper records. Okay, so one of the, for $1 I picked up, what is this? Oh, so I love lovers rock music, the Jamaican stuff. And right here, this is the rendition, lovers rock rendition of Kool and the Gang, Cherish. So that's a cool Jamaican slow jam. Another dollar record. This is Tiger, and it's called Tempo. I don't think that's lovers rock. That just might be some dance hall. I completely forgot what that sounds like. Let's see. I picked up some Watchtower, Bible and Tract Society music, Kingdom Melody type music. They had a few of those I picked up. This one I had before, that I think I recently posted somewhere. I love picking up my Black Power music, and this is Dr. Martin Luther King in the struggle for freedom and human dignity. This was $2. So I'm gonna pass that along to somebody. And some regularly priced stuff. I have this before, but I had to buy this again. This is the Clark Sisters, You Brought Sunshine Into My Life. This is a gospel song. I know some of y'all recognize this song right away, but this is one of those gospel songs that actually became like a pop hit. They were playing this on commercial radio, regular R&B commercial radio when this came out. So this was a huge hit just in general. That used to happen pretty regularly back in the 80s. Another one I got was, what I love about Academy, and I remember when Big City was around, they did the same thing, but they had a whole section of just samples and some drum breaks. The thing about the samples is I don't know every sample, you know what I mean, and their stuff is pretty reasonably priced, but they had this one album called Hookfoot, Good Times Are Coming. I don't know if, I'm not familiar with this at all. I've never seen this before. If I have, I certainly didn't pay it any attention, but it's got a real heavy drum break on here. It's really cool, and you can even play the song for a little while. It's definitely a rock song, so you can let it play for a minute, but that drum break ain't nothing nice. I paid $12 for this. The Clark Sisters, I paid $5 for that. And the Martin Luther King, I paid $2. And the rest of those I paid $1 for. And then they have like a few Rap 45s in there. I usually pick up stuff. This is one that I have already. I should have really left this because I have it already. This is Fat Boys in the House 45. How much was that? $3. Got breakdown. I think this is from the second album, if I'm not mistaken. Does it say on here? It doesn't say. Produced by the Latin Rascals. Yeah, anyway, this is off of the second album. And then what was really, really cool that I bought at Academy, and I bought it just for reselling purposes, because it's not anything that I would need to keep for myself, but I want to show y'all some bootlegs. Now, I love bootlegs. I've said that more than a few times, you know, on this channel. And I remember I think some of the first bootlegs I ever saw were Prince bootlegs. This was back in the early 90s in my hometown of Milwaukee. There was a store called Secondhand Tunes, and the guy who used to manage it or run it or whatever, his name was Luke. Luke was real cool. Luke went on to open a store called Bullseye Records. If you're ever in Milwaukee, go check him out. Tell him Daryl D sent you. And but at Secondhand Tunes, they used to have, that's where I first saw Prince bootleg vinyl and Prince bootleg CDs. Now I'm going to show you some CDs. No, they're not Prince, but I bring that up because I always wanted to buy, you know, those Prince bootleg. I wanted the vinyl, you know, and I have a great Prince bootleg vinyl collection. I've made a lot of videos about it on this page, but I remember between the vinyl and the CDs, the Prince back then, they were selling for anywhere between $75 and up to $300, which was crazy. I was like, well, I guess I'll never own any of this stuff. I didn't buy my first Prince bootleg, I think, until well into the 2000s. I think it was early to mid 2000s that I really started finding that stuff. And most of it I found at record shows while living in Phoenix. So later on, when I would get my hands on bootlegs, whether it was CDs or vinyl, I just always remember how expensive it used to be back when it first came on my radar. And then I started seeing like a lot of cassette stuff, a lot of Grateful Dead, bootleg concerts. And that's what I mean when I say bootleg. I'm talking about live concerts. I'm not talking about, you take a major release and just copy it. Not the kind you used to buy out of somebody's trunk or out the at the laundromat or the check cashing place. Not those kind of bootlegs. So anyway, they had a whole lot of rock bootlegs, and they were selling them. Oh my goodness. They were selling them. Wow. They were selling them for $1 a piece. And I was like, shoot, I'll resell these. So all these that I'm going to show you, I'm going to be reselling, but I thought it was just cool to find them for such a great price. So in no particular order, we have Frank Zappa, live in Detroit, 1977. We have Bob Dylan, A Nightly Ritual. Bob Dylan, Away from the Past. Let's try to see where these things. So this says some of this was recorded in England in 19. Oh, what does that say? 66? Wow. Pittsburgh, England, Denver. Oh, one of them says recorded in a Denver hotel room, March 13th, 1966, or something like that, 86. Anyway, The Who, U.S. tour, 1979. Passaic in New York. We got, what's this one? Oh, that's a DJ Green Lantern mix CD. That's staying with me. That's staying with Daryl D right now. What is this? Bob Dylan covers songs for your film and TV needs. Check that out. This is obviously somebody's collection. Bob Dylan covers songs for you too. I love a tribute to Bob Dylan. I don't know. I don't know if these would be considered bootlegs or promotional items or what. I'll show you what this CD looks like. Okay, then we got another Frank Zappa, live in Seattle, 1981. And Bob Dylan, Brooklyn, December 8th, 2008. Let's see. It says Prospect Park, Bandshell, Brooklyn. Gives you like a... Alright. So, that's not it. I got more. I bought every one of them that they had. I don't know how many they had sold already, but I bought everything that was left. Okay, so here's what is this? The Beatles, it looks like. Ups and adds, upgrades and additionals, what? Something. To Silent C releases. Let me pull this out. It's like there's a sticker on here covering it up. Okay. Upgrades and additions to Silent C releases. So that's what the cover looks like. And there you have it. And then that's like all of the songs that's on there. I don't know. I'm not really a Beatles person. Who we got here? The Beatles, Magical Mystical Boy. And I don't know if this is a concert or what. This is a double disc set, so there's a lot of songs on there. Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, Unmitigated Audacity, whatever that means. Oh, live at Notre Dame University, May 12, 1974. Frank Zappa live at Bismarck Theater in Chicago, 1984. I don't know anything about him. I've told a story, I think just recently or something, about how I was at this flea market years ago, and these two ladies were selling a bunch of stuff, and they had like 3 crates of records, and one crate was like all John Coltrane, like every John Coltrane you could think of. Another crate was all Miles Davis, and the third crate, I was a big eBay reseller back then, and so I kept a few from each because I already had a lot of Miles Davis, and the third crate was all Frank Zappa albums, like all Frank Zappa, but I didn't know anything about him, and I didn't know if his vinyl had any value, any resale value, and so I left all of the Frank Zappa there. And people later told me, oh, you should have grabbed it, you should have grabbed it. Well, I don't know. I got a really good deal on the other stuff though. All right, moving on. Next one is Bob Dylan with special guest Tramps, New York City, July 26, 1999. I don't know who the special guest is. I see Elvis Costello is on one of these songs. And that's about it. Well, you take a look. Oh, snap. That's a PDQ sticker. I just noticed that PDQ was a humongous record store in Tucson, Arizona. Probably the biggest record store I've ever been in, but they closed down years ago. And they were selling this for $40 back then. Wowza. Okay, and then we got this big, thick one, The Who. Live at the Spectrum in Philly, 1973, and live at the Capitol Center, Largo, Maryland, 1973. Double CD. Bob Dylan. Oh, wait a minute. I just said that one. Next up is Weather Report. Berlin, Germany, 1971. That's interesting. I might have to give this a listen. I used to have some Weather Report albums, but I don't think I have any right now. I think I have one. I think it's got like a storm or something on the front. I don't recall. We got Neil Young, Fire on the Mountain. Neil Young with Crazy Horse and Pearl Jam. Let's see. All tracks recorded live at Mountain View, California, October 1st, 1994. All right. The Beatles live in Paris, January 8th, 1965. It says afternoon and evening shows. So that's what that one looks like. So there's an afternoon and an evening show. There we go. All right. Couple more. The Who, live at Madison Square Garden, September 18th, 1979. And last, Bob Dylan, Rough Cuts. I don't know. I'm not sure where this is from. It doesn't really say. Looks like a double CD set. There's the track listing. And yeah, that's it. That was Academy. I will be selling these CDs if there's any Bob Dylan and Beatles and Neil Young and the Who fans out there. Frank Zappa, a lot of his stuff. Hit your boy up. You can find me on IG at All Things Daryl D with the hyphen in between each word. Holla, holla. Okay, so that was my Academy stuff. Now I'm going to show you what I picked up at A1. A1 is probably my favorite record store in New York. A1, I would say A1 and Academy. There used to be a lot more back in the day, but a lot of them just closed down. Ridiculous rent increases over the years. But I used to hit up Good Records. I know some of you remember that. Gimme Gimme, Tropicana, and Furs. Those were all fantastic stores, but Big City was incredible. But there's only a few guys left, and I'm glad that they're still hanging on. Okay, so at A1, I just bought this just because, I don't know. This is De La Soul Trainwreck 45. I've never seen this before. This is what was that album called? The something Nobody. Let me say it on here. This came off of not the album that just dropped, but the one that came out in 2016. This is a single off of there. Never seen it before. 20 bucks, man. 20 bucks. I said screw it, I picked it up. If you know anything about A1, they got the cheap crates, the $2 crates right outside before you come in. And right when I rolled up on them, I saw this record sticking out. This is Peggy Lee, Let's Love. This has a really cool drum break on it. I have this already, but for $2, I'll take a second copy, and maybe I'll probably keep it. If not, I would have just passed it along. You can't just leave $2 breaks laying around. You at least, at the very least, gotta buy it and pass it along to one of the homies, right? All right. So, okay. So the last three that I want to show you, and this is all I got from A1. I was kind of in and out of there, but I'll probably make another trip down there before I leave. A1 always has really cool Black Power records in there, and I love buying them and adding them to my collection. Here's three that I don't have. I don't think I might have this last one. But anyway, here is Sidney Poitier, Poetry of the Black Man. I've never even seen this record before. Didn't know it existed. I've been dragging my feet, but I'm going to eventually start making videos about talking about some of my Black Power records because they're pretty incredible. The next one is Reverend C.L. Franklin, The Meaning of Black Power. I've never seen this one before, so you know I had to pick this up. These were pretty reasonable. Both of these were $8 a piece. There were a lot of them that I had already. A lot of MLK albums that were like right around $4. And then I did see 2 MLK albums that I didn't have, but a lot of those albums that come out, they're like the same speeches or the same compilation of speeches that have appeared on several records. If they were a little cheaper, then I probably would have picked them up just on GP, but they were a little more than I wanted to pay for some speeches that I know I had already. So I don't know, there's still time. And this last one is from Adam Clayton Powell. It's his message to the world: keep the faith, baby. I almost think I have this. If not this one, maybe another Adam Clayton Powell record, but I think I have this, but I'm not sure. I paid $4 for this, and of course, you can't turn down a $4 Black Power record. This one is a Gate. I see him up in here hanging out with all these politicians, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't really know a lot about Adam Clayton Powell. Where I'm staying in Harlem right now is right off of Adam Clayton Powell. So there you have it. Now it's $4 again. So far that has been my my vinyl digging on this New York trip. And I'm gonna get out there a little bit more, but I'm not going crazy like I normally do. I normally, I would have had a stack this big already, like the first day, but I'm not really going crazy like that these days. But I got some good stuff to add to the collection, and I'm glad y'all got to hang out with me and see what I'm spending my money on. Alright, this is Daryl D, and I'll see you next time. Peace and love.